Hello, welcome to Sweetcast. This is Clint, and I am, before we jump into this, I've got a word of warning for the manga and more specifically anime crowd out there. I'm a comic book writer. I'm working on this comic, Downcast, which will be going on to Indiegogo soonish. So if you're interested in hearing about this awesome adventure comic, free of politics actually, you can enter my mailing list, which is in the description below. And with that, let's dive into the video. So if you know anything about anime and you haven't been living under a rock the past, couple of weeks, I guess, you probably have heard that Vic Mignogna has been in some hot water. Well, the hot water is only getting hotter. Things have been getting worse for him because Funimation recast Vic Mignogna in the Mononoke after sexual misconduct allegations. Now, these are the same sexual misconduct allegations that we've seen all over. In fact, if you watch any of the Yellow Flash's videos, he's done a really great job covering this. And there are actually Facebook groups dedicated to falsifying evidence just to get Vic fired, really. This has nothing to do with actually getting convictions, because that's beside the point. It's really just about making some kind of a cultural statement and taking over something else. So if you're a manga fan, if you're an anime fan, and you haven't been aware of what's been going on in American comics, SJWs have absolutely taken over comic books. They've taken over the mainstream, and some of us are revolting and creating our own comics and criticizing the industry. I am not surprised at all to see that the same thing is coming for anime. It is coming, absolutely. And this kicks it off. So I've already seen the hashtag ANIMEGATE on Twitter starting to circulate, and it is growing. And it won't surprise me at all if there's going to be fans standing up against this kind of stuff. So we already know that Vic he's been fired from the Ruby series, which he was voicing for, but now this is a second one. So the Morose Monokine and the company Funimation, will not be working with him like ever. They're done because of these allegations that have surfaced on social media. And why is it that everybody is depending upon social media for their evidence? This is an insane world that we live in. But for some reason, I mean, all these companies are just happy to bow to it because, I don't know, like what else are they going to do? They're afraid of the mob and unwilling to stand up against it. So in a series of tweets from the company's official Twitter account, Funimation released the following statement regarding Mignogna and his involvement in the upcoming second season of Morose Monokine. I know I'm saying that wrong, so yeah, sorry about that. Funimation says, "Everyone, we wanted to give you an update on the Vic Mignogna situation. Following an investigation, Funimation recast Vic Mignogna's in Morose Monokine Season 2. Funimation will not be engaging with Mignogna in future projects." So I would be really interested to see what this investigation found for them. What exactly did they investigate? They looked at Facebook and Twitter and saw what people were saying. That seems to be the way that investigations go, and it's companies like this that actually feed the problem. When you kowtow to SJWs who are so willing to ruin someone's career over silly allegations, and in many cases made up allegations, fabricated things, then you only make the mob stronger, and they feel like they've done something great. They're going to spike the football in the end zone, and then they're going to go after the next target. So it takes strong companies like, Alterna Comics, for example, who refuse to bend the knee to SJWs, and frankly, they're better off for it. Mignogna played the role of executive in the anime, but Funimation has since recast the character with Ian Sinclair. I have no idea who Ian Sinclair is, and again, he has nothing to do with this. That's not important. It's that they've gone full SJW, they've fired him, made sure he's not going to work with them again, and they've recast it. So this is something that, the way I see it, this cannot be undone. Okay, we'll continue on here. The 56-year-old came under fire after the convention attendees accused Mignogna of kissing and embracing them without consent. Now, that's creepy or a little handsy if you're kissing and embracing without consent. All of this so-called evidence that I've seen, and there's a lot of great videos for this, I mean, it's not evidence at all. It's him posing with fans. So I've yet to see that. I'm going to put the little caveat here that, of course, if somebody is doing, sexual misgivings, they're a horrible person, and, they should go through due process. And if they've actually done something that's illegal, they should pay the consequences. The problem here is that there hasn't been any due process. His life is being destroyed, and just because of an accusation. This is not the kind of country that I want to live in. Other allegations include rude homophobic behavior, some dating back to 2008. Okay, so other allegations. Last I checked, you could be rude all you want, and homophobia is not a crime. So let's say he's really guilty of these things. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It still doesn't mean. Why would this mean that you're going to lose your job and you can never work again? Now, I've been around these kind of people enough to know that this is probably overblown, and what they would say is homophobic is really code word for the fact that the man's Christian. People have different points of view, as long as you're not, hurting anybody. But it seems really strange to just that's the grounds for fire, especially in 2008 when all this was very much in the public eye, and there was lots of public discourse of people on all sides of it. In the wake of these allegations, many industry professionals took to social media to show their support for the victims or share their own experiences with Mignogna. Yeah, we've seen people on both sides, but yet companies aren't going to listen to the crowds of people that are saying that Mignogna is fine, he hasn't done anything, this is unfair. They're going to listen to the people that are very upset about it. Okay, yeah, so you get the idea. So the problem here, this is just the beginning. I promise you, this is just the beginning. There's going to be more targets, and that's because SJW is always organized. They've organized here. We've already seen evidence of that. They've got one victim down. They're going to be hungry for the next victim and the next victim. They're not happy until anybody that disagrees with them, politically, socially, or otherwise, is unemployable. This is exactly what they've done for American comics. They've done this in video games. They've done this everywhere. And anime's next. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments below. How could this get worse for Vic? What might change to make it better? Is ANIMEGATE inevitable? And how's this fight going to be fought? Love to hear in the comments below. If you haven't yet, please give me a like, subscribe, and I've also got the subscribe star down below, and you can join my mailing list for my comic Downcast. That's a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you next time.